Chapter 41. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Why didn't An Liang invest in the web drama Our Promise? A profit of 10 million. Didn't we agree before? An Liang asked back. Liang Shui said, slightly embarrassed, I'm afraid of Mr. N's drunken words. What drunken words did the kumquat lemon juice drink I drank say? An Liang chose the straight man's answer. Tell your agency about the situation and we'll make an appointment tomorrow to get this matter settled. I also have time to travel to Thailand. Okay, I'll discuss it with the brokerage company right away. Liang Shui finally felt relieved. The next day, in the afternoon, in a tea house in the central district of Magic City, An Liang and Magic City Xinguang Brokerage Company, where Liang Shui worked, signed a cooperation agreement. An Liang invested 5 million, and Magic City Xinguang Brokerage the company invested 2 million to jointly film the Our Promise web series, and both parties shared all rights and interests. After signing the agreement, An Liang directly transferred 5 million funds to the Magic City Xinguang agency. The winner system of life has guaranteed profitability. What does An Liang have to worry about? Mr. N, do you have time tonight? I'll treat you to dinner. Liang Shui invited. An Liang thought about the rewards of the cashback card for food enjoyment, and he responded, you were the one who treated us at Rongqing restaurant yesterday. I'm here to treat you today. How about it? Liang Shui declined, I should be the one to invite it. Thank you Mr. N for your investment, and thank you Mr. N for choosing me to be the heroine. An Liang waved his hand, if you want to thank me, you should perform well in Our Promise and help supervise the crew by the way. I hope the investment can make money. An Liang continued, if you ask two friends to eat together again, it will prevent you from getting drunk again and causing another trouble. Liang Shui was a little embarrassed. She could only respond along the lines of An Liang, then I'll call the assistant, and then I'll call the second female lead in the online drama, okay? An Liang and Liang Shui's assistant Russell Fan had already met. He nodded and said, no problem. As long as your assistant is there, if you get drunk again, the assistant will drag you back directly. By the way, who is the second female lead? An Liang asked curiously. Liang Shui looked at An Liang speechlessly. When she signed the contract just now, the person in charge of her agency clearly introduced the second female lead to An Liang, right? At that time, An Liang was still nodding, as if he had listened. Was it just a show? The key is that the 5 million investment is so careless. Liang Shui said that she didn't understand the world of rich people at all, and she only had a feeling of envy. When will she be like An Liang and not be interested in investing 5 million? Probably when you were dreaming. After all, the salary for this online drama is only 200,000, 5 million or something. Go to sleep, what is in your dreams? The second female lead is my teammate Zhao Yu. She is very beautiful. I will contact her immediately. Liang Shui explained, and Liang nodded slightly, whatever, it's just asking people to eat together to prevent you from getting drunk again. That the corner of Liang Shui's mouth twitched. Can't she get over this dark history? She wanted to say it again, she has a good drinking capacity. When Liang Shui made the call, An Liang contacted Yang Yun Aman and made a reservation through Yang Yun Aman Rongfu Banquet. Rongfu Banquet is a super high-end private kitchen in Shanghai. It is next to the Zhou Mansion and Mei Lan's former residence. The location is very advantageous. Rongfu Banquet specializes in Cantonese cuisine, as well as classic state and Taiwanese dishes. The ingredients are also mainly in line with the season. Including Zhou-Tai seafood, etc., all are provided according to the seasons. This ultra-high-end private kitchen has no fixed menu, mainly customized private kitchens. The per capita consumption exceeds 1,600 yuan. If it is slightly more high-end, it will directly exceed the per capita consumption. Nearby at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, An Liang was sitting in the co-pilot of the Rolls-Royce Phantom. Liang Shui and Zhao Yu were sitting in the back seat. He suddenly hated the ultra-high-end rear seat of the Rolls-Royce Phantom. There is space for someone to sit in the middle of the back seat of the Phantom. Can't he sit in the middle and hug him? The assistant Russell Fen was even more pitiful. She drove a small Toyota and shivered behind the Rolls-Royce Phantom, and Liang passed the information scanning system, and the friendly scanning system viewed Zhao Yu's information. Zhao Yu, height, 167. Weight, 46 kg, appearance, 84. Body, 82. Special, 82, long-term high-intensity work, subhealthy state, friendliness, 60. Zhao Yu's appearance is far lower than Liang Shui, or in An Liang's eyes, it is far lower than Liang Shui's appearance, and she is crushed in every aspect, perhaps. Because An Liang did not object to her becoming the second female lead in the web drama Our Promise, her friendship level with An Liang reached 60. After a while, An Liang and his party arrived at the Ceylon Mansion villas where Rongfian was located. Rongfian had already arranged for personnel to receive them. In the private room, An Liang said while checking his tablet, "You can order whatever you like. The only requirement is that you don't drink. Especially Liang Shui, your drinking capacity is too bad. Drinking will cause trouble." Assistant Luo Sufan quickly lowered her head to suppress her laughter. Did she know the truth? Did An Liang really think that Liang Shui's drinking capacity was poor? Chapter 42. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ceylon Mansion, a banquet of honor and blessing. An Liang swiped his tablet to view the dishes. The first signature recommendation of Rongfu banquet was yellow croaker, which costs as much as 2,964 yuan per serving and comes with a variety of cooking methods, including slate salt-baked, braised, traditional pickled yellow croaker, and oil-braised yellow croaker. The price of each portion is as high as 2,964 yuan. An Liang ordered 4 portions without hesitation and tried all 4 cooking methods. Then there was the braised Shenju snow eel for 1,580 yuan each, and An Liang ordered one of each. 4 portions of pan-fried Wagyu beef, each priced at 798 yuan, 798 yuan for a fried large snail, and 1,245 yuan for a fisherman's paste crab, plus the 3 ladies ordering some dishes. The total price is already more than 22,000 yuan. There is also a 15% service fee for the Rongfu banquet, which is equivalent to an additional charge of more than 3,000 yuan. Without the winner system in life, An Liang would definitely not be able to eat at the Rongfu banquet. Of course, without the winner system in life, An Liang would not have known Liang Shui, let alone invest in an online drama for Liang Shui. The Rongfu banquet was served very quickly. The braised Shenju snow eel was the first to be served. The 3 ladies were not polite as they tasted the signature feature of the Rongfu banquet, and Liang also took a sip of the soup. It was indeed a stew style. The elegant umami flavor exploded in his mouth. There was no fishy smell at all. It was completely pure umami aroma, which brought out the umami flavor of the snow eel to an almost extreme level, definitely worth the price of 1,580 yuan per case. According to the 10-point system, An Liang can give it a 9 points. The reason for deducting 1 point is also because An Liang is from Xingqing and he prefers spicy style. It is not a problem with the stewed Shenju snow eel. The second dish is small yellow croaker baked with slate salt. Yellow croaker has always been called the king of fish. After tasting it, An Liang definitely admitted this. The yellow croaker baked with slate salt is charred on the outside and tender on the inside. The meat is delicate and delicious. You can't fault it at all. Even An Liang, a native of Xingqing, had to give this dish a thumbs up. 1 dish after another was served, and each dish tasted very good. According to An Liang's own 10-point system, no dish was rated lower than 8 points. Near the end, An Liang asked, "What do you think of the taste of the fortune banquet? If it were based on the 10-point system, how many points do you think it would be?" Assistant Russell Fun was the first to respond, 10 points. I think it's so delicious. No. Eat such delicious food for once. Zhao Yu glanced at Liang Shui first, then responded, I think it can be rated as 9.5. The crab is a little bit worse, so I will deduct 0.5 point. Liang Shui asked back. He said, how many points do you think Mr. N can score? For a single dish, I can give yellow fish 9.8 points, which is basically the ultimate level. But overall, I prefer the dining styles of Xingqing and Sichuan, so I will only give 8.5 points. An Liang made a fair evaluation. Mr. An is so strict. Liang Shui responded before commenting, if I were to evaluate, I could give it 9 points. Yeye has already said that there is a slight problem with the crab, and I think there is also a small problem with the golden hairtail, so I will deduct another 0.5 points. So the overall score of the 3 people is 2.85. Is it possible that the extra bonus they provided is a 2.85 times factor? An Liang chose to pay on the tablet. The total cost of the meal was 22,384 yuan, plus 100%. The service fee for 15 was 3,357 yuan, totaling 25,741 yuan. This fee made An Liang quite satisfied. Mr. An, shall we go to Iris for another drink? Liang Shui watched An Liang pay the bill, and she took the initiative to extend the invitation. An Liang refused without hesitation, no, I have something to do later, and I will go back to Xingqin tomorrow. You can concentrate on filming our promise. If you have any questions, you can call us or Weixin. Liang Shui looked at An Liang's firm refusal. A smile flashed in her eyes, but she didn't force it. Liang Shui and Zhao Yu left with their assistant Russell Fun, and Liang returned to Yanyan Amon in a Rolls-Royce Phantom. While in the car, the Life Winner system issued a prompt and the Food Enjoyment Cashback card took effect. The Food Enjoyment Cashback card is in effect and the cashback multiples are being drawn. Congratulations to the host for winning 80 times the food and enjoying the cashback multiple. The system is evaluating the satisfaction of Liang Shui, Zhao Yu, and Russell Fun. Congratulations to the host. After comprehensive evaluation, the total satisfaction coefficient of the 3 people is 2.85. This satisfaction coefficient is consistent with the result that An Liang asked himself. They all told the truth before, so this time the reward of the Food Enjoyment Cashback card is 25,741 yuan, increased by 80 times, and then increased by 2.85 times, for a total of 5,868,948 yuan. The online drama An Liang invested in Liang Shui was only 5 million. After this meal, he got his investment back completely and made more than 80 million, and Liang just wants to say more about this kind of thing. P.S. Thank you, Karagi Isumi, for the reward of 1,800 points. P.S. Do you know what Xiao Puji is most afraid of? That is waking up with tens of thousands of flowers, but luckily it was just a dream. Chapter 43 GG. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Given the current popularity of Survivor, the operating expenses of the Labor Day cash reward event may eventually exceed 1 billion Xiaoguiyuan. The operating costs of this one are very high. However, from a long-term perspective, the more players there are in Survivor, the better. After all, more players means more revenue may be created. As Zhao Wanqi said, if the number of players is large enough, a professional league of Survivor can even be started. Zhao Wanqi is right. Compared with LOL, the threshold for watching the professional league of Survivor is much lower. After all, to understand the LOL professional league, you also need to understand the game, but Survivor is a shooting game. For the audience, shooting games are more intuitive, and the viewing threshold is naturally very low. Speaking of professional leagues, we can organize an online competition to warm up the future professional leagues in advance. An Liang explained. Zhao Wanqi asked with interest, is the competition online? Players come from all over the world. How to solve the problem of network delay? We will set up a dedicated game line and establish a transfer server. An Liang explanation. For example, if the top 4 teams are from Xia Kingdom, Northern Bear Kingdom, Bald Eagle, and Tyrant, then we will set up 4 secondary servers in the 4 countries responsible for transfer, and then connect to the dedicated servers through the 4 secondary servers. Competition server, thereby minimizing latency and ensuring a fair network environment. An Liang explained in detail. What An Liang means is that the contestants are connected to the local secondary server, and the secondary server is connected to the competition server, thereby ensuring that the delay between the contestants and the server is reduced. How much bonus are you planning to set? Zhao Wanqi was curious, and Liang thought about it for a moment before responding. the prize money for the online competition can be lower. The first place prize for a 4-person team is 1 million Xiaogui yuan, the second place prize is 500,000 yuan, and the third place prize is 200,000 yuan. The fourth place is 50,000, the fifth to eighth place is only 20,000, and the ninth to 16th place is 10,000. This prize amount is already very high for an online competition. When will the online competition start? Zhao Wanqi asked, and Liang thought about it for a moment before responding, at 8 o'clock in the evening on the last day of Labor Day. Are you not considering the time difference? Zhao Wanqi reminded, and Liang smiled and shook his head. Of course it is based on the time of our Xia kingdom. Players in other time zones must adapt or be eliminated. The two had another conversation about Survivor, and then An Liang asked, what do you want to eat for lunch? Zhao Wanqi shook her head, I don't know. I don't have anything in particular that I want to eat. Otherwise, why don't you call Siyu, Shuang, and Qian to see what they want to eat? An Liang responded casually, Shuang must have had some light food. She will continue to practice dancing in the afternoon. Siyu has to have lunch with teacher Sun at noon, so she probably won't have time to eat with us. An Liang added, it's already May, and this year's international piano competition is just around the corner. If there are no accidents, this year's international piano competition will start in July, and there is not much time left for Chen Siyu. Even if it is Labor Day, Sun the teacher also supervises Chen Siyu and Mu Ximei's piano practice every day. As for Qian, he should be checking the operation situation at Yunti now, right? An Liang added. To read Baoshuang novels, go to Faloo Novel Network. Zhao Wanqi answered with a smile, Qian is analyzing the possibility of opening Yunti overseas again. This guy. An Liang shook his head helplessly, but had no intention of stopping Song Qian. Just like Ning Rushuang and Chen Siyu have their own ideals, Song Qian's desire to develop Yunti is also her own idea, and An Liang cannot stop it. Where does she plan to expand Yunti? An Liang asked. There are currently 3 alternatives. Zhao Wanqi explained, the first one is New York City in Bald Eagle. It is a global financial center and is known as the most developed city in the world. Its consumption power can fully support Yunti. This is a sure thing. No matter how you smear New York City, you have to admit that New York City is the most developed city in the world and the world's financial center. The consumption level here can easily support the development of Yunti, but there is also a problem, that is New Yaoku no. That is that Bald Eagle has very serious seed discrimination. Although the Bald Eagle law opposes seed discrimination, various public opinions also oppose seed discrimination, and even raise seed discrimination to a talk about the degree of color change. However, doesn't this situation mean that the more something is missing, the more people care about it? Because the seed discrimination of bald eagles is very common, so they use slogans to promote against seed discrimination. However, in fact, the bald eagle court is in charge of Angsa people occupy an absolutely dominant position, and the nigger people are daily discriminated against by the Angsa people. However, the nigger people also daily discriminate against other people, including but not limited to the Neon people, the Moses Singers, the South Vietnamese, etc. Among them, the most it is the Xia people who are discriminated against and bullied by the Niger people. If Yunti wants to develop in New Yaoku, it must face the problem of seed discrimination. Coupled with the situation that firearms are not allowed there, An Liang feels that Yunti is in New Yaoku. Kill them is definitely not a good choice. Chapter 44. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Half a month passed in a hurry. An Liang chatted with Li Xian every day at Weixin, and went on dates every now and then. Such frequent friendliness naturally caused Li Xian's friendliness to rise sharply. The original friendship value of 71 points has risen to a high of 80 points. This stage is called best friends or not yet full lovers. The situation between An Liang and Li Xian is naturally that they are not yet satisfied lovers. Xian, I'm going to go to Tyrant, do you want to go? An Liang sends a message on Prestige. Within half a month, An Liang's passport had been processed and visa issues had been dealt with in advance. What are you doing in Tyrant? Li Xian asked, mainly dealing with work matters. If you want to go, we can also tour in Thailand. An Liang explains, work thing. Li Xian asked further. I was collaborating with someone on the internet to speculate on virtual currencies. The other person was from Thailand, so I went there this time just for work. An Liang's simple explanation, oh, since it's a work matter, I won't go. Please pay attention to your own safety. Li Xian responded, and Liang didn't force it. If Li Xian agreed to go to Thailand, An Liang would seize the opportunity to travel alone and completely win over Li Xian. Now Li Xian has not agreed, and An Liang is not in a hurry. There is still a lot of time in the future. That night, An Liang told his parents that he wanted to travel to Thailand. Although An Xingyu objected, Sun Xia supported An Liang to go out and see more, so An Liang and Sun Xia defeated An Xingyu 2-1, and Xingyu could only give An Liang 10,000 yuan in travel funds, but An Liang still did not refuse. After this trip to Thailand, his funds could be used openly. The next day, An Liang took a first-class flight directly to Guman, the capital of Thailand. This flight made An Liang very disappointed. Did he agree that the stewardess on the international flight was very beautiful? Fraud. An Liang said that his fantasy about flight attendants has been completely shattered. If anyone tells him that flight attendants are good-looking in the future, he can only laugh. After all, An Liang can't say that he has bad luck, right? Otherwise, why were all the flight attendants An Liang met not good-looking when he took a plane? An Liang will never admit that it is his problem. The world must be wrong, the airline must be wrong, the whole world and the airline are targeting him. The capital of Thailand, Guman. As soon as An Liang got off the plane, the winner of Life System sent out a new prompt message, ding. Congratulations to the host for entering a foreign country. In order to ensure the host's playing experience in Thailand, the system has loaded, proficient Thai language, for the host. Please note to the host that the relevant information about Yan'an Investment Company has been sent to the host. That special reminder, Renan Investment Company has arranged personnel to receive the host. An Liang checked the information sent by the Life Winner system in his mind. He sighed once again that it was indeed the Life Winner system, which directly rewarded proficient Thai, thereby avoiding language barriers. Although using Xia Mandarin and English in Thailand is basically not a problem, proficient Thai is definitely better. And Liang then checked the relevant information of Renan Investment Company. Renan Investment Company is a virtual currency investment company located in Guman. The company's major shareholder is Song Ren, a very influential boss in Thailand. According to the arrangements of the Life Winner system, he and Song Ren were close friends of life and death, so there was no need to worry about safety. When An Liang arrived at the international arrival exit, he saw the reception staff arranged by Renan Investment Company. Two Thailand locals held two signs with An Liang's name written in Xia Mandarin and English respectively. When An Liang walked over, the other party discovered An Liang first. The winner system in life has been arranged. Everyone in Renan Investment Company knows An Liang. Hello, Mr. An, welcome to Thailand. One of the middle-aged men communicated with An Liang in Xia Mandarin. My name is Mak Hai. I am responsible for all Mr. N's travels in Thailand this time. If Mr. N has any questions, you can contact me. An Liang nodded slightly and responded in Thai proactively. What are the plans for brother Song Ren? Ma Chai glanced at An Liang in slight surprise. He didn't know that An Liang could also speak Thai and be so proficient in it. The boss asked us to pick up Mr. N and take Mr. N to the company. Mak Hai responded. Okay, let's go to the company first. An Liang responded. This way please. Ma Chai made a gesture of invitation. On the road outside the airport, a black Bentley car was waiting, protected by two black Mercedes-Benz S1 behind the other. Ma Chai opened the back seat door for An Liang. He consciously sitting in the passenger seat. The black Bentley car started slowly and arrived in the central area of Guman about half an hour later. It parked in the underground parking garage of a skyscraper. Under the leadership of Mak Hai, An Liang arrived at 68th floor. As soon as he got off the elevator, a young man came up to him. He opened his arms and hugged An Liang, and said enthusiastically, "Brother, you are finally here. We have verified your new algorithm. Our new algorithm this month. Revenue increased by 37%. An Liang responded with a smile, "That's good. By the way, brother, read this equity transfer document, and after signing your name, you will become the second shareholder of our Renan investment company." In Song Ren's office, he handed an equity transfer letter to An Liang. An Liang read it roughly and then signed it directly. What has been determined by the winner system in life, can there be any problems? Chapter 45. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After An Liang signed the equity transfer letter, Song Ren laughed. "Brother, we will be a family from now on. On Tyrant's side, brother has some energy, so you can feel free here," Song Ren said confidently. "By the way, brother, I have arranged for you to receive the wind and wash away the dust. I have specially prepared Tyrant's special features for you," Song Ren said with a wicked smile, and Liang instantly understood the meaning of the special feature. Don't, brother, I'm still a child. Isn't that just right?" Song Ren laughed again. "I'll make arrangements for you to become a man today." An Liang refused again. "Forget it, brother, I'm going to visit Gumen by myself, see Tyrant's cultural customs, and take a look at the seafood market." Song Ren didn't force it. "That's okay. Our night market in Tyrant is very good. There are many tourists from your country, Daxiao. I'm sure you will encounter some wonderful encounters." At this point, Song Ren added, "Mak Hai, take a few brothers and follow brethren, and pay attention to those thieves." Although Tyrant's tourism industry is highly developed, the country's overall development is relatively backward, which has led to petty theft and even speeding robberies targeting tourists. Mak Hai nodded repeatedly. "Okay, boss." An Liang did not refuse Song Ren's kindness. Having local people following him can indeed avoid some troubles. On the streets of Gumen, An Liang was sightseeing like an ordinary tourist. In fact, he was an ordinary tourist, just stopping by to sign a document. At night An Liang came to the seafood night market in Gumen. He browsed all kinds of seafood. The seafood here is really cheap. The price is basically only 1/3 to 1/2 of that in Xingqing. For example, Boston lobster. The price in Xingqing is basically hundreds of yuan per catty, but here it only costs 40 or 50 yuan. An Liang even discovered the legendary coconut crab. Coconut crabs grow up eating coconuts and are close relatives of hermit crabs. A pair of powerful big claws can directly crush the hard coconut shell. If a human finger is caught by a coconut crab, it can only ask for good luck. Rumor has it that because the coconut crab lives on coconuts, its meat has a coconut aroma, so the price is very hot. In Xingqing, the price of coconut crab is as high as 700 yuan per pound. Even in coastal cities, it costs about 600 yuan per pound. At the Gumen seafood night market in Tyrant, it only costs 1 pound. It costs 300 yuan. When An Liang was observing the coconut crab, a female voice came over. "If you want to try the taste of coconut crab, I advise you to consider it carefully." An Liang looked at the sound and used the information scanning system and the friendly scanning system. Lu Sini, age, 23. Height, 163. Weight, 44 kg, appearance, 92. Figure, 86. Special, 95. Friendliness, 59. Lu Sini's appearance is very good, reaching the level of 1 in a million. "Hello, my name is An Liang, from Xingqing. Where is my lady?" An Liang took the initiative to strike up a conversation. Lu Sini responded. "Lu Sini is from the imperial capital. I just had coconut crab and it was really disappointing, so I don't want my compatriots to be fooled." "Is it terrible to eat?" An Liang asked back. Lu Sini complained, "It's really unpalatable. It has an indescribable plastic taste, and the texture is not good. The crab roe is even more difficult to describe. Anyway, 1,600 yuan was thrown into the sea. So the coconut crab is overturned?" An Liang suppressed his smile. Lu Sini nodded. "We must overturn the car. Where is the coconut flavor? If you want coconut flavor, just eat coconut sugar yourself. You are talking about coconut crab, it is completely deceiving." An Liang asked, "Do you have any recommendations, young lady?" "The mantis shrimp is good. Lu Xini recommended, especially the mantis shrimps that are more than 6 tails, the meat is delicate and delicious. The key is that there is more meat, the shrimp paste is also delicious, and the price is only 2/3 of the coconut crab. An Liang extended the invitation, "Can I invite you to taste the mantis shrimp again?" Lu Xini did not refuse, "Let me lead the way. I know a seafood stall that makes delicious mantis shrimp." Ha ha ha, fortunately this is Tyrant, and fortunately the young lady speaks Xia Mandarin, otherwise I would have thought I had met a shill. An Liang said teasingly. Lu Xini rolled her eyes at An Liang. A moment later, An Liang followed Lu Xini to a seafood stall. She pointed at the glass breeding box and said, "Look, these mantis shrimps are good, aren't they? Mantis shrimps are super large shrimps. The mantis shrimps in this seafood food stall look as long as a small arm, and each one is very fresh." An Liang checked the menu and saw that such a huge mantis shrimp only costs 200 a pound, and it includes cooking and processing costs. He likes to eat pippy shrimps, so naturally he won't let go of the mantis shrimps. "Miss, do you have any recommended flavors for these mantis shrimps?" An Liang asked Lu Xini. Lu Xini responded, "The salt and pepper flavor is good, the steamed original flavor is also good, they're Thailand's Tom Yum Goong, or you can also choose a spicy style." And Liang responded with a smile, "Only children make choices. Boss, except for the Tom Yum Kung flavor, all other flavors will come in 2 portions." An Liang greeted the boss in Thai skillfully. Lu Xini looked at An Liang in surprise. She didn't expect that An Liang could speak Thai. Chapter 46. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When An Liang and the owner of the seafood stall ended their exchange, Lu Xini asked, "You actually know Thai? Is it weird?" An Liang asked back. "A little strange." Lu Xini nodded affirmatively. The range of Thai language usage is small, coupled with Tyrant's relative backwardness and the difficulty of learning Thai, there are very few people who can speak Thai. Lu Xini estimates that An Liang is definitely no more than 20 years old. It feels strange. Maybe it's because I have good language skills. An Liang responded with a smile. After a while, 2 steamed mantis shrimps were brought up, and they also came with scissors to remove the shrimp shells and disposable rubber gloves. An Liang handled Lu Xini's mantis shrimps very gentlemanly, including peeling them off. Shells and so on. This move won Lu Xini's friendship, and raised the friendliness value of 59-point stranger relationship to 60 points, finally reaching the level of ordinary friends. And Liang also processed the steamed mantis shrimp for himself, and he was greatly. I took a bite of the thick tail meat. The delicate and tender texture, coupled with the filling of the shrimp paste, made me quite satisfied. Really good. An Liang praised. Salt and pepper shrimp and spicy shrimp are also quite good. Among them, An Liang ate 2 portions of the spicy shrimp because Lu Xini can't eat spicy food. It's normal for a big girl in the imperial capital not to eat spicy food. Ding. Congratulations to the host for enjoying a pleasant experience and receiving an instant cashback reward of 1 to 100 times the meal consumption. The cashback multiples for dining consumption are being drawn. Congratulations to the host for getting 92 times cash back on food and beverage consumption. An Liang looked at the bill. The total price of 6 mantis shrimps was only 948 yuan. Even with the 92 times cash back reward, it was only 87,216 yuan. This amount could no longer make An Liang fluctuate. After all, during the Rongfu banquet, he received more than 5 million yuan in cash back for one-time dining. Now, with a cash back reward of less than 90,000 yuan, how could An Liang be excited? Of course, the more rewards like this, the better. After all, the sand becomes a tower and the armpits become fur. After An Liang took the initiative to pay the bill, he looked at Lu Xini and said, "Miss, how many days do you plan to travel in Thailand?" Lu Xini did not hide anything. "I have been here for 3 days. If there is no accident, I will return to China the day after tomorrow. What about you?" "I don't have a set plan." An Liang responded, "Miss, let's increase our prestige. If you have time later, we can play together." Lu Xini did not refuse. "You scan me." After finishing speaking, Lu Xini clicked on the QR code of Weixin, and Liang added Lu Xini's prestige, and he immediately joked, "Hey, little sister, are you doing the opposite? Did the Weixin avatar deliberately vilify yourself?" Lu Xini's prestige avatar is poisonous and is definitely a way to vilify herself. She is obviously a young lady, why do you have such a profile picture? An Liang teased, Lu Xini is a young lady with a face value of 92, but her prestige profile picture only looks like 60 points at most, and she belongs to the standard public passerby. Lu Xini rolled her eyes at An Liang, and she transferred 400 yuan to An Liang based on her prestige. Waving his hands, he said, "I'm leaving first, see you kids." An Liang's expression froze. "Kid?" Vomited. "What is this name?" An Liang hummed, "I'm not a kid." Yes, you are not a child. After all, how can a child wear $1 million Patek Philippe? Lu Xini smiled and pointed out the low-key elegance. She didn't say anything more and left gracefully. Looking at Lu Xini's back, An Liang clicked on prestige. Naturally, he did not accept the 400 yuan sent by Lu Xini. Instead, he clicked and returned it immediately, and send message, "Little sisters, can we play together tomorrow?" Lu Xini's message came back instantly, "No, kid, I have something to do tomorrow. See you soon." Looking at Lu Xini's rejection message, An Liang smiled. The other party recognized the Patek Philippe on his wrist. Did he reject it with such determination? This determined girl is so endearing. The next evening, An Liang walked on the streets of Kunming. Because he was proficient in Thai, he listened to the gossip of the people along the way and almost completely integrated into Kunming. Looking at the mediocre crowd, An Liang felt a little emotional. If he didn't have a winner system in life, he should be one of them, right? When An Liang was sighing about life, a familiar figure came to him. Lu Xini's voice came, "Kid, what a coincidence." An Liang turned his head and looked at Lu Xini in surprise. He unexpectedly met her again. So is it really a coincidence? "Sister, what's going on now?" An Liang asked. Ding. Random mission, help Lu Xini get out of trouble. Mission reward, information scanning system, and friendly scanning system, are integrated and upgraded to character information scanning system. Failure penalty, none. The tasks released by the Life Winner system are as always full of the flavor of Life Winner. There are only task rewards and no failure penalties, so this young lady is in trouble. An inconscience secretly guessed. P.S. I'm stupid, why are there more than 10,000 flowers? Chapter 47. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When An Liang guessed that Lu Xini was in trouble, Lu Xini explained it herself. "I just accidentally broke something. There are two people chasing me behind me. If we walk together, the other person will be worried, right?" Lu Xini explained. An Liang asked, "Why? You kid is not cute at all." Lu Xini rolled her eyes at An Liang. Lu Xini continued, "Are you really a desert inside without a tree, or are you pretending to be stupid on purpose?" Before An Liang responded, Lu Xini continued, "Kid, look at yourself wearing the GG logo, the Patek Philippe on your wrist worth millions, and there are several guys who look like bodyguards around you. Why do you think the other party won't care about it? Woolen cloth." "Ah," the young lady observed so carefully. An Liang pretended to be surprised in response. "Still need to observe." Lu Xini was unable to complain. "By the way, little sister, what exactly did you break up?" An Liang asked curiously. Lu Xini hesitated for a moment before responding, "If I say I didn't see it clearly, would you believe it?" "Why don't you believe it?" An Liang asked back. Lu Xini said, "The general situation is that I rented a car and parked it in an underground parking garage. I was not familiar with the surrounding environment and couldn't find the elevator, so I took the stairs to the underground garage, and then I met two men handed over a black box in the stairwell. I didn't even see it clearly, and they started chasing me." Lu Xini continued, "If I hadn't run so fast, I might have become a tourist missing person." An Liang stopped and glanced behind him. Sure enough, he found two middle-aged men, but they were already stopped by Ma Chai. when An Liang looked over, Ma Chai walked quickly to An Liang. He glanced at Lu Xini first. Then he said in Thai, "Mr. An, we stopped 2 white boys. The so-called Bai Zai is naturally someone related to the flower business. Bring them here." An Liang ordered in Thai, and then looked at a cold drink shop on the roadside. An Liang took Lu Xini and walked in. 2 white boys were also brought in. "Miss, what would you like to drink?" An Liang asked Lu Xini. Lu Xini pointed to the cold drink with a picture of mango and said, "Let's have a glass of mango juice." An Liang ordered the store owner in Thai, then sat in the corner. He looked at the 2 white boys and asked, "Why are you 2 chasing her?" Bai Zai on the left responded, "She recorded our transaction on her mobile phone. We chased her just to get her to delete the video." "Oh." An Liang hesitated. This statement seems to be completely different from Lu Xini's statement, right? Lu Xini said that she just accidentally broke the deal between the 2, and then was chased by the 2, but the 2 white boys' statement was that Lu Xini they filmed a video of their transaction. What the hell is going on? An Liang used the character information scanning system to determine Lu Xini's friendliness level. It was still at 60 points, meaning an ordinary friend. He asked directly. "Madam, did you film their transaction process?" An Liang asked while observing the data of the character information scanning system. If the friendliness value dropped, it is very likely that Lu Xini lied. She did film the other party's transaction process, however, the friendliness value did not drop. Lu Xini also retorted, "I didn't, how could I possibly have time to shoot a video? Here, my phone, check it yourself." Lu Xini unlocked the phone and handed it to An Liang. An Liang really checked it, and once again determined Lu Xini's friendliness value through the character information scanning system. Her friendliness value still did not fluctuate, and it seemed more credible. When checked after that, An Liang did not find any transaction videos on Lu Xini's mobile phone. Although it is possible that Lu Xini shot the video, sent it through the internet, and then deleted the local records, this possibility is relatively small. I have checked her mobile phone and there is no video record at all. Where were you filmed? I will immediately arrange for someone to retrieve the corresponding security surveillance records. An Liang said in Thai. Even if the security surveillance records cannot completely capture you, the corresponding situation can be calculated based on the time difference. I believe there must be a camera at the entrance of the parking garage. We can investigate when she entered the parking garage and when she left. We can also deduce whether she had time to take the video. An Liang analyzed the situation. So you'd better tell me the real answer. If you lie to me and I investigate and find out the real answer, you will bear the consequences. An Liang said threateningly. Bai Zai on the right said nervously, I said, Faloo saw her beauty and wanted to arrest her. Shut up. Faloo on the left snorted. So you really have wronged her. An Liang sighed, it seems that it is really dangerous for a single and beautiful girl to travel in Thailand. Ma guess, how should this situation be handled? An Liang asked. P.S. The author of Xiaopuji was stupid, only to realize that one person can have thousands of flowers, and his mentality gradually disappeared. Chapter 48. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the cold drink shop, An Liang asked Ma Chai for his opinion. Mak Hai said quickly in Thai, Mr. An, I think it should be dealt with seriously. Their behavior is very bad. If we hadn't encountered this incident, your friend would most likely have had an accident, or even disappeared or died. Mak Hai continued, Thailand is not as safe as imagined. Our country has long been rated as the most dangerous country in the world. Taking the capital Guman as an example, its level of danger even exceeds that of Rio de Janeiro, and the infamous Mexico City. An Liang was really shocked. Is Guman, the capital of Thailand, so dangerous? In fact it is so. Great Britain has long classified Thailand as one of the most dangerous countries in the world. Thailand has had too many murder and rape cases, and every time it ended hastily, Thailand's official second-in-command even said a famous nonsense, if a single beautiful woman in Thailand wears a bikini, doesn't she deserve to be raped? An Liang stared at the two white boys. He thought it was just a small matter and a misunderstanding between the two parties. Was the result so serious? How do you think it should be handled? An Liang asked. Mac Hai first signaled to his subordinates to send the two white boys out of the cold drink shop. After waiting for the two white boys to be taken away, he lowered his voice and said, "The traffic situation in our Tyrant is very bad, and various traffic accidents occur one after another. Various kinds of car accidents occur every day." An Liang asked slightly worriedly, "Is there going to be any trouble?" "Don't worry, Mr. An, there will be absolutely no problems. The two of them will be found to have used too much flour, and then they will get into a fatal car accident, and the police will not even get too far into it." Ma Chai explained. "Just watch and deal with it." An Liang responded casually, "If you handle it properly, the company will arrange corresponding bonuses." Ma Chai looked happy and said, "Thank you, Mr. An. I'll arrange this first, please wait." When Mac Hai left the cold drink shop, An Liang switched back to Xia Guoyu and said to Lu Xini, "Miss, the problem has been solved. Those two guys misunderstood. We have explained it clearly and they will not harass you anymore." Speaking of this, An Liang added, "Miss, you must pay attention to safety when traveling alone in Tyrant. This country is not very safe." Lu Xini nodded repeatedly. "Okay, thank you, kid." An Liang looked at Lu Xini speechlessly. How could he be a child anymore? "By the way, kid, can you take me back to the hotel? I'm still a little scared. I'm going back to China tomorrow." "Can you go back?" Lu Xini asked. "When is the flight tomorrow?" An Liang asked. "There is an early flight at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning." Lu Xini replied, and also told An Liang the specific information about the flight. An Liang responded negatively, "I will stay for 2 more days. After my sister returns to China, I will have the opportunity to come to the imperial capital to play with you." "Okay, if you come to the imperial city, be sure to tell me and I will thank you for your help this time." Lu Xini responded. About half an hour later, An Liang sent Lu Xini back to the hotel. In Lu Xini's room, she showed a look of lingering fear. Just now in the cold drink shop, she recited the conversation between An Liang and Ma Chai word for word. "Hear them all, yes. Lu Xini is also proficient in Thai. Who is this guy? How could he decide the fate of two people so easily?" Lu Xini secretly guessed in her heart, she was being followed by two white boys. In fact, it was not that she accidentally bumped into each other's transaction, but that she was actively looking for them, but unfortunately they were discovered by them. Lu Xini is a member of the National Security Investigation Bureau. She is following a clue to a flour factory, which leads directly to Gumen, the capital of Tyrant. Unfortunately, this clue is now broken. If it weren't for An Liang, I'm afraid she would also be in danger. The two white guys really couldn't do anything to her, but the subsequent problems would be very troublesome. Lu Xini secretly memorized An Liang's information. She did not act rashly because she was worried that An Liang would investigate her. What if An Liang was not a good person? Caution is the boat. Xini Building, 68th floor, in the conference room of Renan Investment Company, Mac Hai was reporting the situation to Song Ren and An Liang. "Regarding the matter of the two white guys, we have finished handling it, everything went smoothly, and there were no accidents at all." Ma Chai explained. "Including me, a total of 4 people participated in this incident." Mac Hai continued. "Brother, I am going to reward Ma Chai with 1 million Thai dollars, and each of the other 4 brothers will receive $500,000 Thai dollars, which will be deducted from my dividends. Do you think this reward is appropriate?" An Liang asked. 1 million Thai coins is about 220,000 soft girl coins. If it is placed in Dacia, it does not seem to be much, but it is not small in Tyrant. Ma Chai's eyes lit up, he was looking forward to it. He looked at Song Ren. If Song Ren nodded, the bonus would be distributed, and he would get 1 million Thai dollars, and each of the 4 brothers he arranged would also receive $500,000 Thai dollars. Song Ren nodded and said, "Okay. Brother, you did a good job in this matter, they should reward you." Mac Hai quickly thanked him. "Thank you, boss, thank you, Mr. N. P.S. Today we will handle the additional updates of 8,000 flowers and 10,000 flowers, and tomorrow we will handle the additional updates of 1.2W and 1.4W flowers, which is equivalent to 7 updates a day, and will properly solve your problems. Fortunately, it already has 80,000 words and will be on the shelves soon. According to the agreement, the new book period of flowers is valid. If the last batch of the new book period is not eliminated, the shelves will also be eliminated. Reading books on May Day is a joy. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, April 29th to May 3rd. Chapter 49. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the random task and helping Lu Cine solve the problem. Information scanning system and friendly scanning system are integrated and upgraded to become interpersonal relationship scanning system. An Liang checked the information fed back by the life winner system, and he immediately used the interpersonal relationship scanning system on Songrun. The original character scanning system could only scan the opposite sex, but now it has been upgraded to an interpersonal relationship scanning system, which can naturally be used on men. Songrun, age, 28. Height, 179. Weight, 72 kg, friendly, 110, friends of life and death, never betray. Songren's friendliness value is as high as 110 points. An Liang can only say that the winner system in life is awesome. An Liang checked Machai's information again. Machai, age, 35. Height, 175. Weight, 68 kg, friendliness, 111, friends of life and death, never betray. Die loyal. Machai's friendliness value is a little higher. In addition to friends of life and death, and never betrayal, he also has an additional attribute of dead loyal, and Liang secretly breathed a sigh of relief. After being confirmed by the interpersonal relationship scanning system, he finally put down all his worries. By the way, brother, I want to visit our mine. An Liang explained, the so-called mine is actually a computing device. Virtual currency is a virtual investment product obtained through a special calculation method on the computing device. No problem. Songrun responded, I will accompany you personally. At nearly 9 o'clock in the evening, An Liang, accompanied by Songrun, visited the mine. He contacted An Xingyu and Sun Xia by the way, and took a short video of the situation in the mine and sent it to him, so as to get a vaccination first. An Liang prepared by treating Renan Investment Company as an open funding channel. His funds can appear in the circle of relatives and friends, so that there will be no supercar that cannot be driven home. And Xingyu and Sun Xia asked An Liang in various ways about his prestige, including An Liang. How did An Liang obtain 20% of the shares of this mining farm? How did An Liang learn the technology related to virtual currency, and various problems? After nearly 2 hours of explanation, An Liang finally convinced An Xingyu and Sun Xia. He found out that he held 20% of the shares of a virtual currency mining farm in Tyrant. After believing it, Sun Xia immediately asked An Weishin, how much dividends do you get in a month? An Liang concealed some information. From at present, it is about 500,000 yuan per month. Sun Xia replied happily, yes, he is indeed my son. His income of 6 million a year directly exceeds Laoan. An Xingyu laid down gun. By the way, son, when will you come back? Sun Xia asked, and Liang thought about it for a while. He had already taken care of everything in Tyrant. He was not planning to do anything with local characteristics and popular things in Tyrant. Naturally, he was not planning to stay in Tyrant for a long time. It should be tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow at the latest. An Liang replied to the message, and then added, Mom, what gifts do you and Dad want? I will bring them back to you from Tyrant. It's up to you. Sun Xia responded, I heard that Tyrant's medicines are good. Would you like to bring some back? An Liang directly denied, it's not necessary. As long as our domestic medicines are regular, they are definitely better than Tyrant. So feel free to bring whatever you want. Sun Xia replied to the message. She didn't say that she didn't need a gift. An Liang had already stated that she had an income of 500,000 yuan a month. She was not polite to her son. The next day, An Liang got up early. He received Lu Xinyi's prestige. The other party once again expressed his gratitude and invited him to travel to the imperial capital. An Liang replied to the message, and then selected a cosmograph Daytona, or rainbow circle, worth more than 700,000 yuan from the Rolex watch store in Gumen as a gift from An Xinyu. As for Sun Xia's gift, there is also a Patek Philippe worth 500,000 yuan in the front trunk of the Porsche 911 Turbo S. I just gave this watch to Sun Xia as a gift. At nearly 8 o'clock that night, An Liang arrived at Xingqing International Airport safely and then drove his Porsche 911 Turbo S home. This time, he finally no longer had to park at the Starlight Center. He drove the Porsche 911 Turbo S directly back to the community and parked it in the temporary parking space downstairs. Dad, Mom, I'm back. An Liang has already called in advance. An Xinyu looked at An Liang, who was wearing Gucci, which made An Xinyu snort. You kid, show off when you have some money. An Liang chuckled and said, Dad, how can I show off? In fact, An Liang took off the Patek Philippe worth over 1 million yuan in advance, otherwise An Xinyu would not be able to recognize it. By the way, Dad, Mom, I brought you a gift. An Liang said as he put the 2 handbags on the coffee table. Reading books on May Day will be great. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Grab a deposit now. Event time, April 29th to May 3rd. Chapter 50. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tianhu Community, An Liang's home. He placed the 2 handbags on the coffee table, and An Xinyu immediately recognized their value. You boy. An Xinyu glared at An Liang. If you have some money, you'll have to use it. Sun Xia took out the contents of the 2 handbags without any care. When the 2 watch boxes were placed on the coffee table, she opened the Patek Philippe first. The design style of fusion of rose gold and white made Sun Xia's eyes light up. Feeling, Sun Xia took it out directly, made 2 gestures, and put it on her hand. And Xinyu reminded, be careful, this watch costs hundreds of thousands. Sunday Xia was stunned for a moment, then looked at An Liang. So expensive? An Liang didn't hide it. His father was very knowledgeable. Even if he doesn't know the price now, he can definitely know the price through the internet. Why hide it? 1 month's profit. An Liang responded. Sun Xia also glared at An Liang. Why did you buy such an expensive watch, you bastard? An Liang responded with a smile, Mom, you've been busy with the family. It's hard. Now I can make money. What's wrong with buying gifts for my mother? Sunday Xia smiled happily, then looked at An Xinyu. Laoan, you should learn from your son. An Xinyu was speechless. Why was he lying on his back again? An Xinyu silently opened another watch box. When he saw the rainbow-circled Rolex, his eyes lit up and he asked in surprise, how many items are included? The rainbow circle is a popular model of Rolex. Under normal circumstances, stock allocation and price increase are common things. And Liang shook his head in denial. I am very lucky in Thailand. There is no stock distribution and no price increase. I just get it at the public price. Come down. Sunday Xia asked curiously, how much does this watch cost? An Xinyu responded first, this watch only costs 70,000 yuan, mainly because it is very popular and not easy to buy. An Liang secretly laughed. He knew what An Xinyu meant. If he told Sun Xia that this watch cost 700,000 yuan, I'm afraid it would be difficult for him to wear it. After all, Sun Xia would ask him to keep a low profile. What does only 70,000 yuan mean? Laoan, don't dislike it. Even if your son buys you a gift, even if it's only 7 yuan, you should keep it. Sun Xia glared at An Xinyu, and Liang almost laughed out loud. He must have been sweating for An Xinyu. If Sun Xia later knew that the colorful Rolex cost 700,000, she didn't know what An Xinyu would do. Don't know how to sleep on the sofa. It has nothing to do with An Liang anyway. At worst, An Liang will come to travel and seek refuge again, ding. Random reward, the host's filial piety will receive a random lottery gift package. Do you want to enable it? An Liang was stunned for a moment, and he actually got a random lottery gift package. Is there such a good thing? Turn on. An Liang ordered without hesitation, congratulations to the host for obtaining 2 million tiger teeth coins. The system has recharged the host's tiger teeth account with 2 million tiger teeth coins through legal and reasonable channels. Please check the host. An Liang was a little speechless, it turned out to be 2 million tiger tooth coins. Do you want to give that little anchor a discount? By the way, Dad, I'm going to buy a car. Lend me your car to drive for a while, and I'll practice. An Liang said, and Xingyu took out the car key and put it on the coffee table. He was driving an Audi A6L, which is very suitable for a middle-aged man's car. Dad, will you drive with me? An Liang suggested. Okay. And Xingyu put the rainbow circle Rolex on his left wrist, and then went out with An Liang. Sun Xia asked, you too, drive slower. An Liang responded, okay. A moment later, the two came to the underground garage. An Xingyu walked towards the black Audi A6L, but An Liang greeted, Dad, this way. An Xingyu followed in confusion. An Liang unlocked the Porsche 911 Turbo S with the car key. An Xingyu glanced at An Liang in surprise, and then looked at the Porsche 911 Turbo S. Did you buy it? An Xingyu asked, and Liang nodded affirmatively, yeah. Dad, I remember your dream was also 911, right? An Xingyu responded, this is not an ordinary 911. It has yellow calipers. It's the best, right? Hee, as expected of Dad, he has really good eyesight. An Liang boasted. Stop talking nonsense, hand over the car keys, I'll go out and have a good time first. An Xingyu said, and Liang handed the car key to An Xingyu, and he walked to the passenger side and got in the car. Dad, are your skills okay? An Liang asked, and Xingyu responded, a veteran driver of 20 years, what do you think? In fact, it doesn't matter if your driving skills are a little bit poor. The top-of-the-line Porsche 911 Turbo S comes standard with a four-wheel drive system, and even a novice can drive it well. When the Porsche 911 Turbo S started, a deep and powerful engine sound sounded, and An Xingyu was careful. He drove it out of the garage and easily reached the legal maximum speed on the road, and Xingyu sighed while driving, it's a pity that we don't have a racing track here, otherwise this car could easily reach 2 speeds. Hundreds of speeds. An Liang responded, I'm going to Tianfu to go to school next month. There is a professional track there, you know. I'll take you to school and we'll go track racing. An Xingyu responded immediately, and Liang poured cold water on her, Dad, send me there. Do you think Mom won't go? An Xingyu was speechless.